My first memories of Urban League was probably the summer of 1941. I had planned to more or less spend my time playing that summer, but my mother had other ideas, and she hooked me up with the Urban League of Rhode Island, and that's where I had my first job, was through the Urban League.
I remember the Urban League as a child when the office was on Camden Street. The Urban League was always good to the children as well as the adults, you know. And every year they gave us a picnic to Castle Island, and the children, as children, we'd never forget, because they took busloads of us to Castle Island for the day.
I came to the Urban League because I was living on Ruggles Street at the time. And they were handy. There were really no jobs around. That was during the height of the Depression. During that period, they had the WPA, and they had all these government programs for unemployed people. And so I was a youth at the time, so I went over there because they had a job for youth.
I went to a meeting. I believe the Urban League was having a convention here. I don't recall the year. But there was a young lady that was head of the Urban League Guild. And she was a very dynamic lady. She was the type of person that could whip a group into anything. And I was influenced by her. I really appreciated her ability to do the things that she did, so I joined. And that was more than 25 years ago.
Well, when I retired, I realized that I wasn't going to get much in a pension. And I was looking for work. They want to hire someone to work with or for Sylvia Garnett as her receptionist. And that's when I was introduced to the Urban League.
I was about 13 years old, and my church was right across the street from them. It was on Camden Street. So I used to go over after school and mimeograph the papers, which they have Xerox copies now. And I also used to stuff envelopes and so that they could be mailed.
It was important because we needed an organization like that in our area to bring people together and to help do the outreach that they're doing now. They were trying to do that years ago, you know, reach out to the people, and like they got more programs now than they had, but you know, that's what they were working toward.
The Urban League has been around empowering communities and changing lives. And what we try to do, in essence, is to lift people up from where we find them and put them on the right track to better employment, better education opportunities, and where their lifestyles is really improving so that they can compete in the 21st century. I cannot think of anything that's more important than education. When we think about where a person starts out and where they end up, at the end of the day, the measuring stick, the yardstick, the yard rule is going to be how education was that vehicle that gave them the opportunity to move from wherever their humble origins may have started. The education becomes that vehicle for them to take to get where they're going. The sky's the limit when it comes to education. Our focus on technology is one of the things that I think that speaks volumes about what we do in this building. You can come into the Urban League of Eastern Massachusetts and go through our various programs, and you can come out where you are certified in Microsoft, you're certified in PowerPoint, you're certified in Excel, and you become certified in Access. And those are the skills that are actually needed in the marketplace, and you can get that right here in your own community. And all we ask for you to do is to put some sweat equity towards it.
The Urban League, I think, really plays a significant role in the development of the agenda, of the urban agenda here in the city.
I feel that as long as people are concerned about what's going on in African American communities and communities of color, The Urban League is always going to be here because there are still people who are dedicated to making sure that people of color are thriving citizens here in the United States.
I think that the Urban League should continue doing what they're doing, playing that important role in the community, helping to develop the young professionals in the community so that we can be the future leaders, not only of the Urban League, but of the city and the state.
It gives you a great sense of satisfaction when I see that young people are engaged in their own development, that we give them choices. The Urban League is there speaking out on these issues, but also interfacing with folks on a day-to-day basis. It is clear in my mind and in my heart and my spirit and passion that the work that we're doing at the Urban League is empowering this community and we're changing lives every day.